I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tennis Manager 24, episode number 25. We're into our off season, beginning with our annual finance report. Facilities, of course, cost what they cost, and we really can't avoid that. But we did add staff members 2 years ago to see what kind of difference it would make, and it made a difference, sort of. Not entirely sure that it's worth it at this stage of where we're at, but we'll see how things go this year. So staff, $324,000 is what we spent on that. Banking costs, of course, as we increased debt, got higher and higher. $109,000 is what we spent this year. But the earnings, the board, the injection a year ago was $384,000. Right now we're $419,000 in debt. It's going to get worse on December 1st. So we know that it's going to be more than just the cash injection. Last year we were, $320,000 in debt. So about $100,000 off from where we're at right now. It is going to require the bank loan, some sort of other payment. Tournaments, we brought in $284,000 this last year. It was less than what we brought in on the business center. It was less than what I was hoping for. $350K plus is what we were aiming for. But even then, that would have put us in kind of that tricky scenario where we were a year ago. So I suppose, fingers crossed, it's not all bad. Equipment supplier, that is one area we have gotten better. $104,000 this year. That's still not much, right? That's still less than what we're getting from everything else facilities-wise. Period reports, King, World Tour. 10 points she won in just one tournament in which she won it. Huge jump, 1,060 in the ranking now. She can probably start at those lower level tournaments right off the bat next season without having to go through qualifiers. One junior tournament. Number one in the rankings. What am I talking about? 4 junior tournaments. She won them all. 100%, 30 for 30 over that stretch. Just insane how the end of the year went with that. Plus 53K after a solid 19K in the period before. She's more and more going to start carrying the load for our squad going forward. Havda, done with the team. Just 3 wins in 7 matches. All lowest level crap, and she was crap. Montgomery, same issue. I mean, what a drop-off from where she had been. At least she still made some money for us. But just 4 wins in 5 tournaments, 44%, biggest drop-off. I did play her in higher-level tournaments, but that's what kept us at that 83K. That's what kept us at that 218. That different approach down the stretch helped make more money, but her ranking just fell and fell and fell. Cross, this is what we're in for times 3 in the coming season. Not big time winnings, 40, 30, 20K, some points. I mean, it was almost the same through there, but somehow still dropped in ranking. 4 wins from 8. Nothing fantastic. Form slipping away. But we're going to be looking for a lot of 250 to 300 or maybe 200 range for our upcoming couple of signings. Montgomery and Havda have now left the academy, but it's still only November and we're still in that debt. This might be a good time to try to sign replacements for limited amounts on the signing bonuses that we could then still get offset with loans and whatnot while already having everybody signed. Might not be a bad thing to try. World Cup recap. Of course, we won the junior girls, but the women's also won their 19th title for the U.S. France won the boys' title, while Italy took their 3rd title in the men's. Alcaraz and Kawami have won on the men's side, while Swiatek and King are your winners on the women's side. Do we show up on anything here? It's entirely possible we will. Best returner, Alcaraz. In fact, he's got a lot of stats there. Best progression, top 100 entry, Emerson Jones, all the way into the top 100. That was a junior that we were up against not that long ago. So maybe we could see a significant inside the top 100. Kruger making the most improvement there. Brenda Fruvertova, the best under 21. Swiatek with a lot of the best stats. Win percentage on clay saw King in the top 10 of the rankings, but nothing one place had her on the best. Board contribution, a little less than last year. It was $380 a year ago, only $361, still leaving us $57K in debt. And of course, I forgot that you can't sign players during a certain kind of dead period, so nobody wanted to talk to us during that. So we're going to have to wait ultimately until the money comes in. Sports goals for the year coming up. Yeah, Cross just inside the top 300. I'd love to see her kind of just want to maintain. Morale's not the highest right now. Top 250 looking a little tough. Can we get her to settle for a top 500? She's okay with it, sort of. No lower than a top 5 permitted while she's only 8th in Canada is a little worrying. But overall, we finished the negotiations with some morale intact, and dropping it down to that 500 seems pretty dang doable. I think we can actually keep Kayla Cross decently happy this season. But what's the expectations for King? We are now going to focus on the senior side of things. But how demanding will she be based on the fact that we're outside of the top 1,000? Top 100? Really? You want to crack the top 100 this year? How about we go for 250? That's already a huge... She's thinking that's ambitious. Wow. Okay, we started at top 100. Next gen finals, you're not going to get... That's not a priority goal this year. She wants to qualify for a Grand Slam, and that's the minimum. Ouch. Top 100 in the US, I think that's actually going to be very easy to accomplish compared to our other goals. Not sure we can complete a deal, but finding a potential signing much higher up the rankings than I expected. Alexa Noel, outside of the top 100, but inside the top 150, definite possibility. She's all ears. Secondary, I think we can go at least with, say, promising. Yeah, she's thrilled by that. Okay. 4 seasons. I love that idea. So far, so good. Here's our problem. No signing bonus. Still in the negative. 22% is low. 35K is what she's demanding, but she'll give to 24%. I think that might be accepted by the board. 137th is her ranking. Only one title. We don't quite know. I haven't evaluated her, but big opportunity here. Didn't think we were going to get anyone this high. In fact, she's 2 spots above Robin Montgomery in the latest rankings. Caden Brace, just outside of the top 150, comes in as our next one, 21-year-old Canadian. She's looking for a promising player. Her patience is kind of low, so this is a little more worrying. She's only wanting 1 season. Also a little more worrying. 25% though is a decent share, but no signing bonus, so she's going to get ticked off. Drop us right on down. 28K, 27%. That might be okay if she accepts. Brace has refused, but Noelle has agreed to sign with us. We're into December now. We're 160K in debt. It's a lot. It's possible we're going to have our first men's signing just inside the top 100 even. I got too far down the list on the women's side of things, in the North America side of things, and decided to shift gears, get over to the men's side and see if we can get somebody who can help us get some winnings. And at 98th, Kutsuhara is willing to talk with us. We definitely don't need a secondary player, so promising player. Increase the patience, that's good. He's happy with that. 4 seasons. That's exactly what I'm talking about here. This is, of course, our trouble area. We can't do the signing bonus. It's going to drop him right down. 238K. There's no way that's going to get accepted. Oh, man. Oh, this is a difficult decision to make now. The board hasn't said no. They're set to permit it. This is going to instantly put us $400,000 in debt. It's still early mid-December, though. There's still hope that somebody's going to come in and bail us out. I'm going to ride a fine line with this one, but we're going to try to make this signing. Scratch that. The board has turned around and said, hell no. to this signing, so we are not going to get Kutsuhara. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk here early on with King based on how the end of last season went. I think she was comfortable enough in the lower ranked tournaments that she should be able to improve her ranking fairly quickly. As a result, we won't have to go through qualifiers because right now she still has to. So qualifiers it is. I've got her set up for a couple qualifiers, just a couple. I think between those two, she's going to score enough points to move up and get an automatic and not have to go through the qualifiers, which means I've got her next 3-4 tournaments after that, still base level, but skipping the qualifiers. We'll see if I'm on the right track with this one. Otherwise, I'm going to have to frantically make changes or just train like crazy. Emilio Nava, about 150, should lower that bonus necessary. So hopefully we can get this guy signed. Promising player is going to make him pretty happy. That's a good start point for us. Just a 2-year contract, but it's going to have to do 33%. Oh, I love that part. 32K. I think we're going to get okay. I think we're going to get away with this one. 163 is the actual ranking. His career best was 117th. He's got 5 titles. 25-year-old Emilio Nava. Nava has agreed to sign the contract. Now it's just whether the board will agree and whether we'll be able to overcome the almost 250K in debt by the 1st of January that we're probably facing. There you go. See, already King gets an offer for a tournament without having to go through qualifiers. And the board has not denied us Nava. Nava will sign 191K, but still before the end of the month. So we went from Havda, who was, 600-700 in the rankings, and Nguyen, who was outside of the top 1,000, and then Montgomery, who had dropped to about 140. We've replaced Montgomery with Noel, who is very similar, and then we've drastically improved on the other two, but Montgomery had been inside the top 100. That is the piece we're going to be missing. Loan proposal. There it is. No angel investor. Nobody's stepping in and giving us 150K or something to help us out. But here before the end of December, Christmas Eve even, a loan of 500,000 coming in. That's big because for a week anyway, that's going to give us 300K to deal with. And we've already handled our 2 signings. I'm not doing any additional staff. So that is 300K to dump into facilities to improve our long-term financial situation. That's big. This is what I was scared that we weren't going to get. But it is here. It has happened. And we're headed in the right direction. And that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.